Anyway, sorry about that. Accidentally cut off the video. Pressed the stop recording button inadvertently. Still kind of new at doing this whole YouTube recording video from 1 p.m. Anyways, back to where I ended. Yeah, no. Try and eliminate, when it comes to fighting against Persia, try and eliminate it as soon as possible, because it can be very costly otherwise. Um, so be careful when fighting Persia. Oh, I forgot to mention something about Egypt. I probably find Egypt the most worthless of all the civilizations, and I'll tell you why. Every time I play a civilization, as a civilization, and one of my enemies is Egypt, for instance, the second, which is the leader, he is always in the bottom 2 or 3 ranking out of all the games I've ever played. So, really don't, it's any sort of ability Egypt has, it's a bit overestimated. So really, don't don't bother with, in my opinion, don't bother with Egypt. All right, Polynesia. Pretty much the islands between Japan and America. Places like Hawaii, etc. Leaders Kamehameha, which is like a Maui leader, I guess. Hawaiian, you don't know. And no, not the, for those who know DBZ, no, it's not the Kamehameha from DBZ. I was just clarifying that. Anyways, apparently they are the only Civ who can immediately start out into the ocean, which makes sense because in order for the Polynesian Empire to be built in any sense, is that really it's a strategy called island hopping. Now I'm not using it in the literal case, but pretty much the group takes an island over and annexes it into its empire by pretty much not using much of its force to take over it. Sometimes an empire consists of many islands, whether it be an archipelago or any other really set of islands. It's kind of what Polynesia is like. Um, Pretty much they're in exploration, uh, Civ, basic navy, etc. Russia. Now here is a very, very overestimated Civ. While while they're in the hands of a player, they're pretty darn good. If you play against Russia in a standard single player game, don't worry about them. So long as you control a decent set of resources for each resource, iron, coal, horses, oil, coal, iron, horses, coal, oil, uranium, aluminum. I think those are the 6, if not 7. Then I count 6. There might be a 7th, I don't remember. Point being is that so long as you own a little bit of those resources, then you're in pretty good shape, because the concept behind Russia is kind of monopolizing the market and trying to starve out other civs. So even if they do monopolize, like as soon as they monopolize a single resource, take one of its nearest cities immediately that has a decent amount of resources, and then completely fortify it so they can't take it back. After that, you should have a pretty decent chance against them. They can't starve anybody out. Their strategy completely thereupon relies upon their unique building, which quite honestly is annoying because it apparently expands their borders if you one quick build them quickly enough. Pretty much, if you ever heard of the game of Monopoly, you get the rough idea. Siam, stupid, fuck, sorry, stupid Civ. Really, no point. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Russia is apparently the culture cost of acquiring new tiles. All of them are subtracted by 25%. Siam. Now, all really that Siam does is just gives you like doubles the resource. Was it doubles or gives you an extra half? So say you get 50 of some sort of resource from a city state, you end up getting an extra 25. Not that big of a deal. Their unique units okay. It's an anti-horse unit, basic mounted unit. Their unique building just adds 3 culture along with the science. Songhai. Now, if I remember right, most of you people won't remember this empire much because this is, if I remember right, this is a typical western coast of Africa Civ. They, yeah, if you don't remember what I'm talking about, think about the Ivory Coast, where there's quite a ton of different units, or different types of trading resources, gems, etc. That's where it typically is. If I remember right, that's where it geographically was at the time. It was the Ivory Coast. Alright. Okay, well, if I remember right, it's a military slash. It's a naval military slash culture. Civ. Again, I already told you about the Ottomans. I forgot a Civ, though. Here, give me a sec. Unless I already spoke about it, but I feel like I didn't. So let me bring uh, uh, redo the entire thing. Carthage, again, I had to make a mention of this just if I forgot or not. Carthage is pretty damn sweet. Again, mountain bonuses are insane. Especially if you're if you choose to put your capital around a mountain city, which gives you the best defensive bonus, natural terrain wise. It comes in pretty good handy. It protects you while it both protects your city and gives you high ground to assault from at the risk of losing a small amount of health. Pretty decent. Uh, decent would be a little bit of an understatement, but it's a pretty sweet Civ in my opinion. Rome about as powerful as it was looking. I don't remember if I already told you that. Yes, Spain. Now, the way I see Spain is when you do play on teams. When my buddy and I play a Civ game as a team, typically we don't really actually pick teams that complement each other that often. But there are around two civs that I think are meant to be support civs, and Spain I think is one of them. They gain a ton of gold just for discovering natural wonders. All tile yields are doubled. Pretty much their special unit replacing the musketman gets +2 strength. Conquistadors is a knight with +15 cost, no penalty when attacking cities. Twice the vision range. Double defense when embarked. Confound cities like a settler, which is pretty accurate historically and pretty sweet, but on entirely different continents. Again, this is another exploration civ. Personally, if I was to say support-wise, I think Spain was built to support civs like a civ like Austria. The 100+ gold per turn in 5 turns, even if you like say you only get 100 gold per discovery because somebody else discovered a natural wonder before you. 5 of those could still lead enough to Austria being able to buy a city-state. Which is pretty handy. Now, you know what I call Sweden? The perfect kiss-ass civ. Giving a great person to a city, which is stupid as hell in my opinion, grants a 90% influence. Now, if you do that, that's also a huge bonus to a civ like Austria. I think you need 90 influence to ally with a city-state. I could be wrong. I didn't really pay attention to the specifics of it. But if that's the case, either way, it's quite a huge boost. Like, I can't emphasize the word boost enough towards not only does it provide a huge boost to ally city-states, cities like Sweden and Spain also help contribute to a diplomatic victory. A diplomatic victory is a victory where you win by a UN vote. Really, their riflemen heal each other, blah blah. Like I said, perfect kiss-ass civ. Now, after this one, I'll probably put up a poll. Tell me, again, put comments, tell me your favorites. After this, all the recordings will be done from the Blade German account. See ya.